Parkdale-High.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My question is to the Premier. It is the responsibility of government to lift people up, to make life better, and to make sure that people no longer have to work multiple jobs simply to make ends meet. In Ontario, over 750,000 workers are taking home a minimum wage that is simply too low to help anyone get ahead. Right now, we're seeing a powerful movement south of the border that has workers standing up and saying it's time for a $15 minimum wage. Premier, New Democrats say that it's time to raise the floor for every worker in this province. Will the Liberal government commit to raising the minimum wage to $15 an hour for all Ontarians?
Thank you.
Minister of Labour.
Be seated, please. Be seated, please. Thank you. The Premier went to the Minister of Labour.
Thank you, Speaker. Speaker, the NDP's sudden interest in the minimum wage certainly is welcome on this side of the House. It's been a long time coming. We've been working hard, Speaker, to bring minimum wage increases that are consistent, that they're predictable, and they're fair to the people in this province. Between 1996 and 2003, Speaker, the general minimum wage in Ontario was frozen for 9 long years at $6.85. We knew we could do better than that, Speaker. We've made significant changes since then to the process. We've raised the minimum wage 9 times, Speaker. Nobody in North America has a higher minimum wage other than the District of Columbia, Speaker. Any state doesn't have the minimum wage that Ontario has. Ontario's got the highest of any province in this country, Speaker.
Thank you. Supplementary.
Thank you, Mr.
Be seated, please. Be seated, please. Thank you. Supplementary.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Back to the Premier. At the rate that the Liberals are raising the minimum wage, it will be 2037 before we hit $15 an hour. And by the way, they just did it in California. So the minister's wrong about that. Ontario's New Democrats want to make it clear that the Liberals won't stand up for Ontarians, that Ontarians will have a choice to make in 2 short years to elect one that absolutely will. Fundamental change is needed to address a fundamentally changing workplace. Premier, what does the government have to say to the hundreds of thousands of Ontarians that are not getting the decent wages they deserve for the hard work that they do every day?
Thank you. Minister.
Speaker, once again, I want to thank the member and I want to thank the party for the interest in this issue. Certainly, it's long overdue, Speaker, but it's a conversation that we wish we'd had them on board a little while ago.
It's all on the road to Damascus.
Let me reiterate, Speaker, we've got the highest minimum wage of any province in Canada, higher than any state. With guidance, we put together a minimum wage advisory panel, Speaker. We got guidance from business, from Labour, from anti-poverty groups. The NDP made not one single submission to that panel. When you had the opportunity to speak out, you were silent. And certainly, I think you can look to the province of Ontario, Speaker, as an example of how you can put in predictable wage increases for people on minimum wage. In 2019, Speaker, part of the process calls for a review of the process. If we need to do more at that time, Speaker, I hope this House will.
Thank you.